couldn't do anything but just watch as every festival was cancelled, every gig was postponed, and my calendar just dried up completely.
Loads of young workers are left with essentially no money at all to pay food or pay for rent, and the government needs to do better. I remember when coronavirus first hit the UK, I basically watched my entire industry collapse in a matter of days. I remember I was with a few mates from the industry when we heard large gatherings had been banned, which is basically our entire livelihood.
The last 3 months or so waiting for government support has been a real struggle. At one point I was setting alarms every morning just to sit on hold to HMRC for 8 hours a day to see what help I was entitled to.
Dom and his housemates applied for the coronavirus self-employment income support scheme, but it does not cover those self-employed from 2019, meaning many young people are not receiving financial support.
At the moment, I'm signed on to Universal Credit, which is a position I never wanted to be in. I took pride in the fact that I'd grafted all my life and never wanted to be in the position to have to take a penny off the government. Why I'm forced to take this option is literally all I have left to do. I'm very much one of the workers who has fallen through the cracks of the government's self-employed income support scheme.
The Institute for Fiscal Studies estimates that there are around 650,000 people who cannot get financial support during the pandemic because they don't have tax records prior to 2019.
I think lots of people, quite rightly, think these schemes have been great and they've supported everyone, but the reality is that you need to recognise that there are thousands of people falling through the gaps of the schemes currently, and that needs to be recognised and addressed. It's a really difficult period for young people.
Bectu is now asking the government for change in the current income support schemes. In a statement, HM Treasury said, those who do not qualify can access income tax deferrals, a range of grants and loans, and 3-month mortgage holidays.
I know loads of people who didn't get any money at all or weren't able to claim on the scheme as they were recently self-employed.
It's quite obvious that while supporting salaried employees and businesses, the government is unwilling or unable to understand the effect this situation is having on freelancers and casual workers working paycheck to paycheck or invoice to invoice. So many others are facing this alone, people whose voices you don't necessarily hear very often.
Gem O'Reilly, BBC London.